Hey, what's good, YouTube? So, Cody coming at you with another deck profile. Today, we're going to be doing LordKnightmon. I believe it's going to be a double feature. So, we did the Diaboromon deck profile earlier, kind of the good guy, bad guy kind of thing. But both decks are going to be pretty strong in the EX01 format, and that's what it's looking like Nationals is going to be. Hopefully, you guys can get your hands on some EX01 cards before the finals. Sadly, I missed out on registration for that event, but that's on me. I thought that was the invite. So, long story short, let's just jump into this LordKnightmon deck profile because this deck is still going strong. All right, let's go. So, like I said, this is going to be a LordKnightmon deck profile. Moving real quick, right, with the eggs. We got 4 of the boy, Pikmon. If you have 3 or more Digimon in play when attacking, reduce the DP of one of your opponent's Digimon by 1. And 1 Upamon. A little bit of consistency. I prefer to have the Upamon over the Koromon or any other eggs. When attacking, if you have 3 for your security, draw a card. And it's got some rookies. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So Starmons is still an amazing card and can get rid of annoying bodies in combination with other cards. It's too good to not still play at 4. We are running kind of like the DP reduction variant to a certain extent. So we're currently playing 3 starter deck Patamons. When you drop one of your opponent's Digimon to 0, you gain a memory. It does help. I'm considering maybe cutting 1 for another Bushy. It's in the works, but for right now, for the meta that I'm currently playing in, up at my locals, D20, shout out you guys, up in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Like, national renowned Digimon locals in the middle of nowhere. Wisconsin comes in hard for Digimon. D20, love the shop. So then we got 2 Bushy Agumon and 2 Pulsemon. You all know what they do. They're important. When you see Pulsemon at the right time, it really does make the game swing in your favor, and Bushy steals games. I feel like one of these Patamons could be another Bushy if you want, but like I said, for right now, gaining the extra memory is kind of important. And it does help in the Rookie Rush matchup, so there's that. And lastly, because I like when my deck does what my deck is supposed to do, I'm playing 2 Kotemons. This card is really, really good. It adds synergy with making sure your deck is doing what it's supposed to do, and you can play for free off LordKnightmon or Angelomon. We also do play 1 Lucemon, but this is not a rookie, in my opinion. This is an advantage card. You can't Digivolve onto it. You can't Digivolve from it. It's not a rookie. It's just not. But yeah, that's the rookie count. Definitely dig it. I still feel like 2 Pulsemon is about what I want. Moving on to the champions, we're gonna play 4 Cherubiimon or Cherurimon. 1 cost Digivolve, 6k beater. It's pretty good. Apemon looks pretty good, but I feel like because of the other ratios that I'm playing, I do want those 1 cost Digivolutions. Apemon is not to be underestimated. Some big boys, the 2-drop blocker, also another 6k Unimon from the starter deck, super good. A couple more 1-drops. We play 2 Pydomon. 5k doesn't really get you there that much, but it's another 1-drop. 1 cost Digivolution. And our final champion is 1 Gladimon. Playing for 4 is okay. Early game, like off your first LordKnightmon swing, you can play him because he's a warrior, and look at 4 cards, maybe 5 cards, and see if you can find the piece to keep going the following turn. But yeah, pretty simple champion lineup. If it's not broke, don't fix it. LK was one of the best decks. It just dominated the meta. Thinking that it's going to go away just because new cards came out is gravely underestimating the deck. And you can't play Lord Knight without regular Knight, so we got the 4 Knightmons. Very, very clutch card. Makes a lot of decks cry. Hitting perfect numbers can be a little tricky, but you can still do it. And it's pretty decent in the bond matchups. You just hard drop this and pop one of their little Gabus. Yeah, it's still a good card. Following up, we got 2 Angelomons. If you're at 3 or fewer security, when you attack, you can play a level 3 Digimon, so you can essentially play 2. Swarming the board's always good. The defense mechanic of giving one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -2, it comes up, but it's not super relevant. Kind of just there as an extra precautionary measure. The next card I'm testing, because you definitely want, I mean, I want to play new cards from EX01, but we're playing 2 of the myLordKnightmon. So this card from EX01, it's a SR. Super like the artwork is really nice. I do want to get some alt arts, but not for what they're going for currently. The main purpose to having this card is when attacking, if you have 3 or more security, this Digimon gains an extra 4,000 power, right? So that's 11k on an ultimate. That seems really appealing. And the inheritable effect is also quite good. When a card is added to your security stack, you gain a memory. So there's a couple ways you can add security cards. The one that I trigger this the most with is TK. So I'll wait until I have a Lord Knight with him underneath early game, and I'll just play the TK for 3. It feels really good. And then got a couple more ultimates. We're still running 1 War Growlmon for the DP reduction and the power boost. It's nice. 4K isn't as relevant just by itself, so I did cut this down to 1, but I still wanted to make sure I played at least 1. And then we play one of the Anjawomon. This is the alt art from the starter deck, so you don't need the alt art. You can just play the regular one. But super nice card. When digivolving, if you have 3 or fewer security, you recover 1. This is another trigger when you have LordKnightmon with myLordKnightmon, and just that 1 extra is good in certain matchups. Again, I have a lot of Rookie Rush by me, so when I do like a store championship or a bigger event, you got people from out of town playing some Rookie Rush, and it just happens. So be prepared for Rookie Rush to not go away, just the same as LordKnightmon doesn't go away. Moving on to the Megas. You know it. Still playing 4 of the best Mega in yellow. This is an oppressive card. It's very overpowered, and it's so strong. Such a good card. If you haven't gotten sick of looking at LordKnightmon yet, I don't know what to tell you. I was sick of looking at LordKnightmon because it was so meta. I never really played it that much. I think I played it in a couple of Evo Cups or an online regionals or something, just because I was being a tryhard. But never really enjoyed the deck. But now that a lot of people aren't playing it, I figured I'd pick it up and put my spin on it. Because it is a bond matchup, we're playing 2 Sequoiamon. This is, I mean, you probably know, it's one of my favorite Digimon. Cards nuts. Giving security attack -3 to one of your opponent's Digimon coming out of breeding. Helps you in Jesmon, helps you in Agumon, helps you in Gabubond. It can help you a little bit in Rookie Rush. And another thing, dropping the DP of your opponent's Digimon by 3k when you attack their security stack with LordKnightmon is relevant. If your LordKnightmon is at 12, maybe 13, and then you swing and you find a bond, it's sad. It's a sad day. But Suikuyamon will make it so that doesn't happen. It's pretty good. I'm liking it so far. One more card to really trigger out the spice of myLordKnightmon from EX01 is we play 1 Dynastmon. So in the original, was it season 4, Frontiers, these 2 guys were they were just kicking it. They were homies, and they worked really well together. And I kind of wanted to incorporate that into the deck, and I really like Dynastmon as a card. If you guys haven't taken a moment to read this guy, so when digivolving, you can trash 1 card from the top of your security stack to reveal the top 6 cards of your deck, add 2 level 6 or lower Digimon from among them to your hand, and trash the rest. And then your turn once per turn, or all turns once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, if you have 3 or fewer security, you get to recover 1. So you can essentially make him a 3 cost with the myLordKnightmon. if you're going to be going to 3 or fewer security after you trash. So that's always nice, and then you don't actually pay the trash cost because you'll recover 1 off his own effect. Being a 12k body is nice. I wouldn't recommend playing more. Maybe if you wanted to diversify a little bit and base more around Dynasmon, I would probably go a different route than just LordKnightmon. I know Mastymon's a good option, and I personally want to be trying a War Greymon, but that's for a future video. So this is the Mega lineup. Pretty happy with it. The deck has done well in testing. We'll just finish up real quick with some tamers and some options. So we finally cut TK down to 2. It's not as relevant, and you'll see why here in just a second. Looking at your security is super nice. Starting your turn with 3 memory, super nice. Paying 4. If you're not playing against Bond and you're going second, paying 4 is a hard price for this deck because you're not going to guarantee find what you're looking for off of 4, 3, if you're super lucky, 5 cards. But it is still super relevant. It was a tough cut to cut him to 3, or cut him from 3 to 2, but we did it. Play 1 TK and Kari. Starting your turn with 5 is phenomenal. So if you intentionally go behind a little bit and you let your opponent get a little aggro, maybe you're building up in the stack or you played a TK early, starting your turn with 5 is amazing. Super clutch for this deck. Because the next cards that we play 1 Blinding Ray and 2 Yellow Memory Boosts. I'm back and forth if I want to even play the Blinding Ray. Blinding Ray is essentially free with Dynasmon, but I would consider playing a 3rd Yellow Memory Boost just so you can find your pieces that much easier. Playing 2 Kotemon, 1 Gladymon, and the Yellow Memory Boosts have really made LordKnightmon, I know this is weird, but even more consistent than it was. Another card that we get to look at a couple of cards and then pick which one we want into our hand, and also security, is 2 Reinforced Memory Boosts. Card's nuts. Card is super clutch. Getting to look at 2 cards, be like, alright, I want this one in my hand, I want this one in the security, seems legit. Awesome to find TK or TK and Kari, or even a Yellow Memory Boost, or my spicy one of, gotta play 1 Wyvern's Breath. Dynasmon's little option card. Card's good. It's Yellow Gaia Force, so to speak. It's even better because this is one of the only outs you'll have to Craniumon. And if you're playing against Craniumon, I want to point out that if they only have 1 on board, you don't want to use this until you're really ready to go for game. Because if they think that you're going to Wyvern's Breath it, they'll just play another Craniumon, and now you got to deal with 2, and it's going to be a bad time. But if you can get that really opportune moment to be able to build your board, use Wyvern's Breath, and then go for game, it's amazing. And I know it doesn't sound easy, but it actually kind of is if you have these cards. So this will put you to 3, 5, and 8. So you wait until you have all these, and you just play the Wyvern's Breath. You'll promote, you'll play the Wyvern's Breath, and you'll come up. If Wyvern's Breath is in your security, you don't necessarily have a bad time because it's a great card to have in the security stack, but just be slow with it, and then slow your roll. Slow your roll with LordKnightmon, and I promise you'll have a good time. The deck is still amazing. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you want, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be doing a giveaway for the EX01. So take a minute and do the whole YouTube thing. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel and hit 500 subscribers sometime this year. I don't put as much effort in as others, but I do put in the effort. And if I can hit 500 by the end of the year, that'd be super great. All right, be easy, stay healthy.